Alright. Back, I guess. Anyway, been having some crazy reflections lately. I don't know if I should put it like that or like other way. Hold on. I gotta bring some earphones. Wait, found the fucking earphones. Hold on a minute. Tie them. Yep. It would be better for the sake of the sound. Shit. Anyway, hope you can aim better. That's too close. Sorry for that. But yeah. Been having some reflections lately about how telling people, or better, how telling small-minded people your dreams and shit and aspirations and make them feel scared in a way that like it's not their fault at the end of the day. Just like imagine you've been trapped like all your life and like thinking, I like that analogy a lot, which is what they put for horses basically in order for them just to move forward and see only forward and not to see sideways basically. That's like the same as the system like puts us in like some kind of crazy weird like point into going at life and shit, and it's like the headphones are fucked but will do the job anyway. How it really like just lets you locked in on like one specific goal that like the system or society or whatever you want to call it just like pointed it at you and like wants you to follow it. I found that thing which is with wanting like to move to Europe officially and shit, and it's like my parents are all against it obviously, and it's like yeah, I had this conversation yesterday with my mom and she was like, yeah, what you going to do there? I was like, to live, build my life in there. And she was like, yeah, your grandfather, your uncle do not agree with that. I was like, and she was like, yeah, they think you should stay here, get a job, and have a wife, get married, and get kids. And yeah, the conversation elevated more and more into how, yeah, like, you don't want to have a boss, and like, it gives you certain experience, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, deep down, it's just like, I knew at this point I really made a crazy mistake that I told them anything about like what I wanted. And deep down, still like, if you're going through that, one thing I will tell you is just as much as you want to tell them your dreams and aspirations, sometimes they won't get the vision, as simple as that. And keep in mind, it's just, you cannot really blame them, honestly, especially if you have like old parents relatively to your age, and it's like, yeah, the life we are in, the development we're getting as a humanity, the new ways of making money, new ways of building a future, how the world is open borders technically, if you think about it in a way which is like, yeah, you can meet like people from around the globe and like befriend them, have relationships, blah blah blah. It's like at that time it just genuinely it wasn't there. Nothing of that was there. And you can imagine their frustration in a way of like, yeah, you're not going the traditional way in a way, and you're not following the footsteps of your parents, and the footsteps we want you to follow. But at the same time, you gotta keep that in mind, which is every every somebody like who did great things been through that, and you should take it as an assurance that you're doing the right thing and keep on moving forward. And just like, if you think about it from that perspective, if you ain't having resistance, you ain't moving forward, basically, type of thing. So it's just like physics 101, basically. It's like, the more you move forward, the more you're gonna have resistance, and the faster you move forward, the heavier the resistance is. But yeah, just like, you gotta be accepting the like the resistance that comes to you, and yeah, just like, at some point it gets frustrating, I'm not gonna lie to you, but the only thing you got to just keep moving forward. So with that in mind, I just wish you less of a headache, let's put it that way. You're gonna get the headache, I cannot wish you no headaches at all, so it is what it is, my fellow. So yeah, just keep moving forward, keep going at it, keep pushing, no matter what. You're gonna be great, and just keep your mind sharp, protect your mental state. Don't get me wrong, nobody gives a fuck if you're tired or what. I'm just saying, keep your mind clear and protect your mental state for you to push forward. I keep moving like in this fucking straight line. And yeah, just keep doing what you're doing, and you're gonna get there, I'm sure. Same way I'm sure about myself. So no matter what happens, we got God on our side, and yeah, you're just gonna keep moving forward. No matter how the devil resists, you're gonna break the chains and keep moving forward. With all that being said, I wish you all the success in the world, genuinely. Have a pleasant life, I guess, if don't ever meet again, I guess. But yeah, that's for it.